In our part 4th lecture series on Constitution, Democracy and Judiciary, we'll detailedly discuss and the very explanation relating to those challenges faced by Indian judiciary and those efforts to strengthen and the need for reforms. So, despite being one of the most powerful judicial systems globally, the Indian judiciary faces significant challenges that hinder its ability to deliver timely and equitable justice. These systematic issues, if unaddressed, risk eroding public confidence and undermining the very rule of law. So the very challenges relate to case backlog as of 2024, over 5 crore cases are pending across various courts in India. This chronic backlog delays justice, deters foreign investment, and erodes public faith in the legal system. Contributing factors include shortage of judges, outdated procedures, and lack of supporting staff. Then vacancies and infrastructure, a significant number of sanctioned judicial posts remain unfilled, particularly in subordinate courts. Courts often function in inadequate premises, lacking basic amenities like proper seating, storage, internet access, and digitized filing systems. Delays in judicial appointments, the lack of concession between the executive and judiciary on appointments, particularly in high courts, often results in prolonged vacancies. This has been a matter of concern raised by the Chief Justices in their annual court reports. Inaccessibility and complexity legal process are often inaccessible to marginalized communities due to linguistic, financial, and procedural barriers, legal jargon, expensive litigation, and intimidating procedures deter the common citizens from seeking redress. Corruption and lack of transparency, instances of judicial corruption, though rare, and the credibility of the institution, the absence of a robust and independent complaint redressal mechanism, and technology deficiency. Though e-courts and digital filing has been introduced, the transition has been uneven across states. Many rural and district courts lack the technological capability to implement virtual hearings or to manage digital evidence. Delayed judicial reforms many reforms proposals, including those for all India judicial services, national court management system, and judicial performance evaluation, remains either pending or partially implemented. So the very path forward for India's judiciary lies in comprehensive multi-track reforms aimed at enhancing access, efficiency, and transparency, filling vacancies, and the very infrastructure investment. So urgent steps must be taken to fill judicial vacancies and upgrade court infrastructure, especially in rural and semi-urban areas. These include construction of modern court complexes and provisions of digital infrastructure. Then process re-engineering and alternative dispute resolution or ADR system streamlining court procedures, reducing adjournments and strengthening ADR mechanisms like arbitration, mediation, and lok adalats can significantly reduce case burden. Then digitization and artificial intelligence implementing nationwide digital case management systems, artificial intelligence based scheduling tools, and e-filing across all levels of courts can improve efficiency. The Supreme Court's Vedic Anubandhan software and national service and tracking of electronic process by promising examples. Judicial capacity building mandatory, continuing education for judges, specialized training in areas like cyber law, intellectual property rights, and constitutional theory will ensure judiciary remains abreast of emerging legal challenges. Further transparent and accountable appointments revisiting the National Judicial Appointments Commission or establishing a new transparent judicial commission with safeguards for judicial independence can democratize the appointment process. And other such reforms require simplified court procedure for lay persons, legal aid expansion for rural populations, multilingual e-portals to improve accessibility, strengthening judicial accountability like statutory backing for judicial standards, time-bound grievances, redressal systems, and annual judicial performance audits can help ensure accountability without undermining independence. Inclusive justice delivery system, reforming legal education to align with grassroots realities, promoting diversity in judicial appointments, and institutionalizing gender sensitivity within the system are essential steps forward towards inclusive justice. So, by addressing these challenges through a comprehensive phased approach, India can shape a judiciary that is swift, fair, modern, and accessible, anchoring the world's largest democracy on the firm foundation of justice and constitutionalism. So now we would like to conclude our series of lectures on Constitution, democracy, and judiciary. The judiciary in India occupies a unique and sacred position within the democratic fabric of the nation as the interpreter of the Constitution, protector of fundamental rights, and watchdog of legality. Judges play a decisive role in steering the nation towards justice, liberty, and equality. The comprehensive framework of powers, duties, and responsibilities bestowed upon the judiciary enables it to act as both a shield against arbitrary power and a sword in the fight against injustice. Throughout history, Indian judges have risen to the occasion in times of constitutional crisis and social need. Landmark decisions such as Keshwananda Bharati, Menka Gandhi, and Naptej Johar have not only upheld individual rights but have also defined the essence of Indian democracy. However, this glory is accompanied by growing expectations and mounting challenges from backlog and resource constraint to questions on transparency and accountability. Judicial independence, though constitutionally protected, must be constantly nurtured through reforms in appointments, training, infrastructure, and public engagement. The balancing act between judicial activism and judicial restraint must be performed with sensitivity and foresight to preserve the sanctity of the Constitution while addressing contemporary needs. As India evolves socially, economically, and technologically, so too must its judiciary. The future demands a judicial system that is more accessible, inclusive, efficient, and responsive. Digital transformation, structural reforms, and participatory justice models are not mere aspirations, they are imperatives. Judges, as the face of the judiciary, must embody the integrity, competence, and compassion. Their ability to remain impartial while being empathetic to uphold constitutional morality amidst political noise and to deliver timely justice without fear or favor will determine the strength of Indian democracy in the decades to come. The Indian judiciary stands as the bedrock of justice and constitutional governance, strengthening its foundations through thoughtful reforms and unwavering public trust will ensure that the promise of justice for all, as enshrined in the Constitution of India, becomes a living reality for every citizen of India.